How's everybody doing? All right, so I have a little bit of a different video kind of going on here. It's because I've been asked this a few times in the comments and whatnot, and I've answered individually, but it's probably a good idea for me to just make a video for it and kind of get it done and out of the way. I don't at the moment, but from time to time, if you've seen quite a few of my videos, you might have seen that I do from time to time like to paint my nails different colors. And this is just kind of a personal thing, really. It has nothing to do with sexuality whatsoever, if that's something that anybody's curious about. I'm a straight guy. I don't really care one way or the other if, trans people are into it or not. Whatever. That's just not my scene. I'm a dude. So yeah, kind of the way that this ended up starting many, many years ago was me kind of getting into a lot of goth and death metal bands and the scene and whatnot. This was back in the mid to late 90s. So yeah, quite a long time ago. Somewhere when I was in my teens and whatnot. And yeah, I've just kind of kept up with it since. I mean, I've done music stuff for quite a long time as well. But yeah, I kind of stopped most of that a few years ago. Just the band I was in kind of broke up and went separate ways and whatnot. I actually do have the album available as different videos here on my YouTube channel because it was the best place for me to store them at the time when we went into a studio and recorded a full album. We also did a demo years earlier, and yeah, it's definitely demo material. So yeah, that's basically where all of that sort of stuff started for me. And I kind of liked it. I mean, most of the time back in the day, my choice was usually black everywhere except for red on the middle finger. That way, when people asked me, like, what the hell are you doing with painted nails? I could easily flip them off, and it gave me a great excuse. Oh, I was so clever. But yeah, things have changed over the years. I guess a few more people probably are accepting of it than they used to be. But yeah, kind of going to a next sort of thing about why I started doing that. I'm a rather intimidating looking guy for the most part. I'm 6'5". I'm built like a linebacker that may or may have not have gone on a Twinkie binge after they retired. But yeah, I'm quite a large guy. Have a large beard. And if my hair isn't actually tied back, then it's rather poofy as well. And because of that, I'm not exactly the most friendly person that people have set eyes on before. And that really came to be troublesome when I was started getting into work. Now, my first job really didn't matter all that much. I was doing environmental restoration for the state of California. Oh, making salmon habitats and removing different beach grasses that shouldn't have been there that Caltrans planted back in the 70s. And, just other stuff to help the environment, working with the Bureau of Land Management and whatnot. And that really wasn't all that much of a deal. Besides, most of the work, I ended up using gloves almost all the time anyway. So, it really wasn't a problem. But after that, I did some other retail work, and that was a little bit more difficult, especially working at a furniture shop. Now this furniture shop, I don't think it's around anymore, or if it is, it's only operating kind of small-ish out of Canada, called the Bombay Company. And they did kind of mid-grade furniture and trinkets and knickknacks and whatnot. And I did quite a bit of work for them doing their stockroom stuff and whatnot. But a lot of their retail associates were a little bit more well-to-do ladies, and they were kind of scared of me at first, and well, I mean, I can understand why. So, I kind of did that a little bit more, And it gave me some excuses to talk to them, made me seem a lot friendlier. We had more conversations and whatnot, and just kind of made work just much smoother in general, I think, at least, in retrospect. So, yeah, that was kind of why I continued doing that into my working life. And then, yeah, of course, now I have mostly done office work for QA and things like that. But, with the whole pandemic and everything that's been going on, yeah, some crazy things and whatnot. And I've been working from home for, probably the last couple of years. So I don't do it super often. This is probably going to jiggle the camera here. Sorry about that. But, yeah. So I do it from time to time if I kind of feel like it, but it's nothing I really super feel obligated to do, which is why you only really see it in a few videos here and there. The other thing that I kind of use it for is the fact that, well, you can kind of see my nails aren't exactly in great shape, and they haven't been since probably my mid-20s or something like that. They're fairly brittle. They'll delaminate pretty quickly, especially if I'm trying to scrape something, even like a sticker off of a counter or something stupid like that. And that's really, really freaking annoying. And, adding some layers of this does kind of add some robustness to my fingernails. So that kind of helps out a little bit. So, yeah, that's mostly what I have to say about all of that sort of stuff. It's just something that, I started from a young age, liked, and then liked the ability to, talk friendly with more female coworkers and whatnot. And, yeah, it's just kind of stuck around. I kind of decided to do this video a little bit because... yeah, like I said, there's been quite a few more people asking about it recently in the comments when they notice a video or two in which I have had my nails painted. So I figured I would do that little address sort of thing. That way, if a whole bunch of people continue to ask, then it's rather easy for me to point to a video and whatnot, rather than, copy and paste the same kind of comment over and over and over for them. Now, what I can say about that is, especially in the knife community, yeah, this isn't really a common occurrence. There's a lot of people, not necessarily all of them, but quite a few that are very much in the camp that this is a masculine, almost only kind of hobby to be into. And I, more or less disagree with that, but that's fine. That being said, if anybody, does get a little weirded out or whatnot from it, let me be the first to say, I understand. I don't blame you. I don't judge you. It's, it's probably a little weird. Especially kind of the first time you've seen, somebody kind of do that sort of stuff. But, at the end of the day, I enjoy it. These days, I more or less kind of think of it a bit more as, I'm just kind of doing some titanium anodization on my fingers, because it's almost as easy to take it's easier actually to take this stuff off than it is to strip the anodization off of a knife and start over from scratch there. But I kind of liken it in the same thing of like, I kind of feel like seeing some gold or, I don't know, brown. That's a weird color, but this was a random one that came in from a Woot order a little while ago. And, so that's kind of my take on that. So, what the heck am I doing in the background here? Well, I'm taking apart a couple of Kaiser Graziosos because I'm curious on kind of swapping the bolsters on these a little bit. Just to see, because, that mic art is nice, but I did want to see a little bit more, a little different sort of thing with micarta and copper. You can see this copper, or at least one. No, I guess both of them have already kind of darkened in their patina a little bit. I mean, in general, I do like brass just a little bit more, but, well, this is certainly a way that I can have something that's just a little bit different. I'm also going to do that, obviously, with the silver handles here, or silver liners. That's the word I'm looking for. Liners, yeah. And, yep. And the copper backspacer here. Come on, buddy. You can do it. There we go. Ooh, this is wedged in there. Is it like that on the brass one? No. Wonder if this is a byproduct of that black coating being on there or not. I don't think I can use at least the same watch thing for doing a punch on it. Not particularly as it goes all the way through that. Well, in the meantime, how about if I keep the brass backspacer? That'll make it all sorts of confusing. So yeah, I mean, everything's basically the same between these things. So yeah, let's go ahead and slap some of those back together. Where's my other micarta scale? There we are. Yeah, this guy is kind of interesting in the way that it's joined by kind of this little circle here. A lot more things that I've seen, they're generally joining the same material, but they'll do a dovetail joint rather than something like this. But this is definitely another way to do that, in which you will see me fumble about. Yeah, I just needed that in there so I can... That's black. I do kind of wish that the hardware in this was T8s, just in general. I prefer that for, a myriad of reasons. And you can see that this is not probably the right set to go on there. Because, yeah, I don't really think you should have stuff sticking out there. So... Hey, that looks a little bit better. I suppose it wouldn't really be my channel if I didn't have some sort of mistake like that. It's usually me on camera forgetting to put back in a bearing of sorts, but not so much here. This is just straight up me not being super observant. That's okay. It happens to the best of us from time to time. Or the worst of us. In my case. Where's my other barrel spacer? It's way over here. Right? Yeah. Making sure it wasn't a blade stop pin, but these are internal. So, yeah. So yeah, this video is going on probably a little bit longer than was originally anticipated for the subject matter that I actually had on hand. But I'm perfectly happy with that, because this gave me something to do. Something to do that's basically just as frivolous as me putting dyed nitrocellulose all up on my fingers. So... What is that? That's a little bit of fluff from something. I don't know. Alright, where's my other super tiny screw? Because that's not it. That's way too long. Aha. That's it. I was all excited to mix it up with the darkened scales over there. You know, get a little more urban flavor in its life. Everybody needs that, don't they? I would assume so, at least. You know what I should probably also do? This is also something that happens from time to time on my channel. Not me bumping my head on the camera. That does happen sometimes, but no. Me actually forgetting to put the backspacer on something. So there we go. I would re-record this whole video, but that would lose a lot of me looking like a jackass, and I think that's a lot of what my channel is. Is my interest in knives, and the fact that I am quite into the whole jackassery. Well, we'll just go ahead and tighten that down some. Alrighty, and yeah, in general I don't like black hardware, so I will use the silver deep carry clip on this guy. Hey, there we go. Alright, yep, blade is definitely a loosey-goosey. Yeah, so now I got my own kind of custom grazioso with copper in micarta. You know, when I did the first look at this thing, this micarta is, it's kind of interesting. It's got a really high thread count on it. Like I was saying, you could probably make some nice bed sheets out of that. But it is a little rough on the milling sort of thing here, which is kind of interesting. It has a little bit more of a grain feeling to it, like wood or something like that. But, you know, it being kind of a softer material, it will kind of settle into that a little bit. But, yeah, I like how this thing turned out. That was fun. And something I could do, because the initial one that I purchased was the one in copper and G10, was kind of an accident. But I ended up liking the knife so much, I just ended up getting the other one anyway. Which the first one I found on Amazon, and that was fine. But, you know, the second one I actually picked up from White Mountain Knives. Why? Because it was actually a little bit cheaper, certainly got to me faster, and, you know, I probably just should have thought of that and picked the first one up from there anyway. But... yeah. Alright, well, I suppose I could attempt to throw the rest of this thing back together here too. I don't know if that's going to be interesting content for anybody, but yeah. Actually, I have a good idea. How about if I do that in just another short video I can throw up another time? Because sometimes it's fun just to have somebody doing something and talking at you. So, all right. As always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Ooh, look at that. A little shaving a breast there. Yeah, nope, that's copper. Huh, interesting. Oh, well. Anyway, as always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, yo.